How many of you know of someone who is addicted to nicotine? How many of you have seen the e-cigarettes, also known as vapes, be used more often than usual in the world today? How many of you believe that this can be a health risk and that can become a bigger problem in the future? In David Hamoud's article published in November 8th, 2023, it shows the results of the youth that nicotine market has rapidly evolved across the 3 countries. Products that has been used in Canada, the USA, and also England. It shows that the more you vape, the more your brain and body gets used to the nicotine. The harder it is to go without it. When you start smoking or start vaping, the nicotine levels in your bloodstreams drops when you do decide to go without it, which can cause unpleasant feelings, physical symptoms, and also the urges to start vaping again. Smoking can definitely be such a harmful effect on the individuals who abuse it and other people who may be around it or around them. A cigarette or a vape abuser is likely to become more addicted to the drug, resulting them to possibly be faced with lung cancer. Today, I'm going to talk about how the patterns of nicotine in the youth has rapidly evolved. I'm going to talk about the health risks that can occur over time with vaping. Third, I'm also going to talk about the substance dependence, how eventually it can lead to cancer. And lastly, convincing some ways on how you can quit vaping. On November 7th of 2023, Eric Lay's article mentioned that they are enforcing laws when it comes to e-cigarettes or vapes. Vaping is when you use a handheld device to breathe in the mist. Vaping also can be caused when you are eventually going to have breathing problems, organ damage, and it can become an addiction and also cause other conditions to happen. Vaping is usually known to be safer than cigarettes. However, vaping can cause health problems as well. And also, both vaping and smoking are addictive and can bring potentially dangerous chemicals into your body. Although the levels of many of these chemicals can be higher when you burn tobacco, vaping hasn't been around enough to know what kind of long-term damages it may cause. However, it can more than likely cause you to have asthma as well. I believe that parents and other caring adults who play an important role in each of these individuals can help in many different ways. Definitely making sure that we sit down with them and have a decent conversation, making sure that they are supported, and also helping these kids make better decisions when it comes down to their health. We may be able to communicate with them and give them the necessary guidance. We can also advise on how they can definitely quit. The things to do when we want them to stop is basically trying to go for an exercise. Not only does exercise distract you from the desire to vape, it is also something that can help you in the long term. It makes you feel good. It definitely relaxes you, especially when you do yoga, meditation, or deep breathing. It can definitely distract you from wanting to go back to vaping. Avoid temptation. triggers, and also try to avoid situations where you would want to go back to vaping as well. Replace them with other different activities and something that can be more productive. Overall, we do see that vaping is becoming more popular and people have become more reliant on this device. There is a health risk that can be caused and can even have the product become explosive, and that can even cause a bigger issue. So like I have mentioned before, vaping is bad, and it can be caused by you stressing, it can be caused by overthinking, and just causing anxiety as well. People believe that it releases the stress, but it's just an excuse to go back to smoking. You can definitely ignore the craving. Nicotine is a toxic substance. Many studies show that vaping can be less harmful, but it's just as effective. We want to make sure that the best way we ensure that we have healthy lungs is to not go back to smoking, and also avoiding the harmful toxins in our body like cigarette smoke, vaping, and air pollution. Thank you guys so much for your time for listening.